Morning, Ruth.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Zonya.
Morning.
Before we get into the session this morning, I just need you to be aware that anything that you tell me will be held in the strictest of confidence. All right? So I won't be sharing it with anyone unless you indicate that you're about to harm yourself or harm another person, such as the children or the elderly or the disabled. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay. So tell me, Ruth, what is it that brought you in today? What are some of the goals for coming in today?
Boy, doctor, if you could really help me to sort out these panic attacks that I'm having them all the time. And also, I would like to lose a little bit of weight because I really feel I'm very fat these days, and I would like to lose some weight. So, I mean, if those are things that you can help me with, I would really appreciate it. Tell me how to do it so that I can know what to do with myself having a hard time.
Okay. So some of the things that you're mentioning, the weight, those are specific goals that we could work on together. But underneath what I'm sensing, Ruth, is that you really want to get a sense to know yourself a little bit better.
Yes.
To be more comfortable with yourself?
Yes, definitely, doctor. I would love that.
Okay. And you mentioned also that you want me to tell you what to do. Like you seem to be wanting specific instructions as to what to do.
Yes, because I have a hard time making decisions. I don't know what to do because I've tried losing weight, and every time I get stressed out or something is provoking me, I decide that I'm going to overeat and things like that, and I just don't know how to do it on my own. I just don't know. I need somebody to tell me how to do things.
Okay, fair enough. It is quite difficult sometimes to know exactly what we want to do in life or to feel a sense of responsibility that comes with making our own choices. But if you think about it, if I were to tell you exactly what to do, then I'd be indicating to you that you don't have that capacity within you to know what it is that you want for yourself, and that's not true.
I mean, yes, I understand, but take for example my husband. My husband, it's like he's the one he always lets me know what he wants, and I do what he wants. So I don't have a hard time where that is concerned because he makes the decisions for me. So I mean, I understand I have to make decisions for myself, but I can't do it. I've never been able to do it.
Okay. One of the things that I would have you consider is that you came into therapy this morning, correct?
Yes.
So that was a decision and a choice that you made, correct? Okay, so you can do it. It is difficult, but you can do it. And the other thing that I'd like to point out is you said your husband is the one who makes the decisions and tells you what to do and you go along with it.
Yes.
But then earlier, one of the first things you said was that you're having panic attacks. So it sounds to me that there's something inside of you that is not comfortable with the fact that you're not making your own choices. Otherwise, you wouldn't be having the anxiety attacks. Do you agree?
Yes, it's true, doctor.
So some of the things we can work on in our time together is helping you explore and to be comfortable with the anxiety. Because the anxiety actually is an indication that there's something inside of you that's ready for a change, a positive change.
Yes, I am ready. It's been a long time coming.
Yes. Change is necessary and it's uncomfortable. So one of the things that helps us to know what we want is to ask ourselves questions.
Okay.
So if I were to say, Ruth, what would bring meaning into your life? What would you tell me?
I don't know, doctor. I mean, there are things that I would like for myself.
What are some of those things?
I want to go finish school. I want to be a teacher. I want to be independent. I want to be able to stick up for myself and make decisions. I want my children to respect me. I want them to love me. But I'm scared. I'm very scared. you know, because I'm scared my husband will leave me, and I'm scared of this therapy situation too. I'm scared that if I come here often and you know things start changing in myself, you know, what's going to happen with my husband? You know, it's going to, is he going, are we going, is he going to leave me? You know, what's going to happen with my children if he leaves me? Will they still love me? You know, I don't know.
It's very understandable that it brings up so much fear, you know, because change can be frightening because we don't know exactly how it's going to work out. But what if you were to think that actually by coming here and exploring and by changing into a more authentic, vibrant Ruth, that it actually has a ripple effect of positive changes on your marriage? Could you imagine that?
Well, you know, doctor, I never thought about it that way, you know. I really never thought about it that way, but, you know, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. That will be something, that might be something positive for me, and I might need to look at things that way.
I mean, just talking about it in that light, I see your whole expression changing and now you're laughing. So anxiety can be good because it pushes us to make the change that we so often need in our lives.
Okay.
So think for a moment, Ruth, and imagine that you've made the changes, you've, you know, come out of your comfort zone, and you're going back to school, and you're speaking up more for yourself, not leaving all decisions to John. Can you imagine what that would be like for you?
This anxiety that you speak of don't sound like a negative anxiety to me, but you say it can be good. So maybe I can think of it, of to train myself now to think that it can be good.
Can we think of it as an adventure? Anxiety indicating that an adventure is about to happen?
I'm not an adventurous person, doctor. I'm not an adventurous person at all. But, you know, we will see. We will see. I will try.
That's what we ask, you know. And I would say that coming here, you say you're not an adventurous person, but by coming here, you have begun to step out in an adventure.
Boy, doctor, you know, you've really made me start to look at things differently. And boy, I've been to this doctor and that doctor and this therapist and that therapist, and boy, you're the best. And I think I want to stick with it. Do you think I should stick with you?
Well, I'm certainly here whenever you need to speak. But, you know, one of the things too is that it's so easy for us to keep looking for answers outside of ourselves, thinking that everybody else knows better than we do. And one of the things I'd really like to encourage you to do, Ruth, is to get to that place where you're comfortable, trusting yourself, and believing that, you know, your own intuition, your own feelings will indicate the direction that you need to go, you know, in your life. So certainly you can come and you can talk, but what I see for you is Ruth being more confident within herself and not having to always run to somebody for advice.
Yes, I'd certainly love that, doctor.
Yes, that's what we all want for ourselves. So we've covered quite a bit of ground today. You came in and you wanted, you know, to set goals for losing the weight and for handling the panic attacks, and you clearly wanted somebody to tell you what to do. And now I see you embracing the notion of maybe I can, you know, figure things out. It's not going to be so hard after all.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you a lot, doctor.
You are so welcome, Ruth.
Right.
So welcome. I wish you all the best with school and with John and with the kids. Very, very confident, very courageous for you to come in and to actually start this process of questioning, because it's not easy, which is why most people don't do it.
Yes.
So extremely courageous. You're far more courageous than you think you are.
Thank you, doctor.
And you do know what you want to do.
Yes, I do.
You do.
Thanks a lot.
You are welcome, Ruth.